How's it, everybody? Brother Kimo here. I'm going to be answering some questions for you guys. The emails have been building up, so if you want to send me a question, please send them to reloadhawaii@gmail.com. So let's get into question number one. Viewer question number one is, hey Kimo, I'd seen your videos on Pearl Harbor. What was it like to meet a Pearl Harbor survivor? Wow, okay, so first of all, if you haven't seen those videos, I'll leave it on the tape up here. And humble. I was just very humbled by meeting these gentlemen, and I've been here all my life, and I've never been down there anywhere near December 7th, and just to see all of these survivors coming out, and even the World War II veterans that served in different theaters to come and celebrate and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Pearl Harbor attack was wonderful to see these guys. And you know, some of the things I was thinking about was, I don't know if this has happened to you guys, but when you go to a place that you used to go to maybe when you were younger, or maybe when you were dating somebody and you're not dating that same person anymore, and you go back to that same place, the building is the same, but everybody is different. And I just tried to think about what these guys were thinking about, you know, 75 years later after Pearl Harbor, like what was going through their minds. It must have been surreal for them, because it was surreal for me meeting them. I couldn't believe I was shaking hands with people that were actually there. You know, when it occurred. So what was it like? Very humbling. And if you guys haven't seen it come down on December 7th, come experience it, because it's a really big deal. And these guys aren't going to be around much longer, guys. And they're always here on December 7th. So come by and check them out. Okay. So on to question number two. Okay, question number two. Kimo, have you seen the movie Moana? And what were your opinions on it? Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. Let's table down for next week. And lastly, question number three. Kimo, I've heard that Pidgin English is now an official language of Hawaii. What is it? What does it sound like? It's kind of a tough one. Give me a couple seconds with that one. Okay, real fast, let me explain kind of Pidgin English, because it's kind of a generic term. So Pidgin English, to me, when I think about it, is just another way of saying what happens when a native culture blends with like a European culture, and it creates like a Creole language, right? It's not exactly the native language, and it sure as heck ain't the European language. It kind of mixes together to create something. So officially, it is a language of Hawaii, but it is not Hawaiian language. Hawaiian language is totally different. I am part Hawaiian. The Hawaiian language sounds entirely different than what Pidgin English is. So they're two separate things. Hawaiian language is like what Samoan, Fijian, Tongan, different ethnicity, right? So that's on a separate half. Pidgin English, when I think about it, kind of brings me back to the days of the plantation, where Hawaii would welcome immigrants from different areas, like Filipinos, Chinese, Japanese, Portuguese were common ethnicities that would work on the plantation together. And these guys were working in very close quarters, in very big homes, you know, with families sharing multiple, like one big room for everybody, and one small little kitchen and one small little bathroom, and they all worked on a plantation together. So you had all of those ethnicities kind of gelling together, along with the European influence, along with the native Hawaiian culture, and it created this really weird type of language called Pidgin English, which, if you grow up in Hawaii, there's a couple different things that goes on. Number one, not only do you learn about every ethnicity that is from Hawaii, but you also learn different languages as well. For example, we don't do rock, paper, scissors here. We do janken pole, which is Japanese for rock, paper, scissors. Even when you go into a restaurant, you might see something like pupus instead of appetizers, right? That's from Chinese. That's Chinese for appetizers. So, you know, of course, when we're younger, we all want to know the dirty words to different languages, but you know, that's what it's like growing up here in Hawaii. You learn Samoan, you learn Japanese, you learn Chinese, you learn a whole bunch of other things. So Pidgin English is kind of, to me, derived from what happened when back in the plantation days, when all of that stuff came out. So getting to that, I'm going to show you the number one thing that I always got busted for, because my mom and my dad spoke Pidgin, and they still do speak Pidgin to the max kind. That's a book, by the way. If you want to learn more about Pidgin English, there's a book out there called Pidgin to the Max. I guess I'll leave that link on the bottom for you guys. But here's one that my mom always would bust me on. Okay, so 1, 2, and the next one is 3. But I would always say tree, like there's a tree in the forest. She would routinely catch me on that one and say, "Stop it! You speak a straight English," even though my mom's not Chinese. That's kind of in my brain what she sounded like. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna start off with the most popular one that everybody always wants to know, and that is the word "the kind." Okay, the kind basically is just kind of asking you like what kind of something that you want, but it can be used in a lot of different ways. The example I have down here is you know the kind. So what I'm asking you there is, A, do you know the kind, like the person? Or you know the kind guy that works at the shop, you know the kind. Or it can be like if you want to go someplace. Like if I ask you guys, hey, you guys I go the kind. It can be anywhere. It can be beach, it could be the mall, whatever. So it's a very versatile word, the kind, but if you break it down, it's the kind. Asking you what type of place you go with, or what type of person do you know, or whatever. This other one here, like that, this is LADAT, L-A-D as in Delta A-T, LADAT. The example I got here is, hey, no be LADAT. I'll say it again. Hey, you guys, no be LADAT. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. Okay, that's that one. Next up here, I do have a lot of questions about this one because it's brother chemo. So brother is just brother, sister, and this dude, I'm kind of I don't know, stretching with this one, bra, and it's not bruh like what's up bro, it's what's up bra. So bra can be used in a lot of different ways too, like oh what's up bra, or brah, that's crazy, or better yet, brah, that's nuts. Well, brah, you like it nuts, in a more aggressive term. Okay, so that's basically Pidgin English in a nutshell, guys. I'm gonna be back next week to tell you what I thought about the movie Moana. But is Star Wars coming out? Star Wars! I'll catch you guys next week.